Sister Wives fans disgusted in Kody's obsession with Aurora. Unfortunately, there have been many speculations that Kody Brown's relationship with Aurora and Brianna Brown is not just stepdad and daughters. Specifically, some Sister Wives fans are calling out Kody for having a disgusting obsession with Robyn Brown's daughter, Aurora. Many Sister Wives fans know that Robyn Brown entered the Brown plural marriage with 3 children, Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna. Since Kody Brown has an obsession with his wife, Robyn Brown, some people think that transfers to her mini-me daughters too. Seemingly, the relationship between Kody and his stepdaughters, who he adopted, is a strangely touchy one. Many people are concerned that Aurora and Brianna aren't equipped to enter the real world. Furthermore, some people think they need a man to swoop in and take care of them. But has Kody been hoping to fill that need for them? On Reddit, the idea of Kody Brown wanting more than a daddy-daughter relationship with Aurora Brown has resurfaced. One fan added a clip where Kody made a Freudian slip calling Aurora Mrs. Brown instead of Miss Brown. He quickly corrects it, but some fans think he's been grooming her to be the next Mrs. Brown. As icky as the thought may be, there have been cases of people doing such things. Seemingly, fans think that is what was on Kody's mind. Additionally, some Sister Wives fans remember how differently Kody Brown treats Brianna and Aurora Brown compared to his other daughters. Furthermore, some fans recall that Kody sometimes gets a little too close to his stepdaughters. What do you think? Does Kody Brown have an obsession with Brianna and Aurora Brown? Do you think their relationship is suspicious? Do Brianna and Aurora need more attention than the other girls? Are you ready for more episodes of Sister Wives? Drop your comments below. Sister Wives Season 19 premiered recently, and one of the season's storylines centered on Robyn Brown's older daughters, Aurora and Brianna Brown, feeling like they weren't treated like real members of the Brown family. Blending families is never easy, but it was complicated by the fact that the Browns are a plural family. By the time Robyn married polygamist Kody Brown in 2010, he already had 3 wives and 12 children. For her part, Robyn was a divorcee who had 3 children of her own, who were all under the age of 10 when they joined the family. Though Robyn had dreamed that her children would be treated like equal members of the Brown family, 21-year-old Aurora and 18-year-old Brianna didn't feel like they were welcomed or included by the Brown clan. In the last few years, 3 of Kody's 4 wives have walked away, leaving him and Robyn in a monogamous marriage at the start of Sister Wives Season 19. With the family hopelessly divided, Robyn's daughters may never connect with the Brown siblings. In 2014, Kody adopted Robyn's children from her first marriage and gave them his last name. Though efforts were made to help Aurora, Brianna, and their older brother, Dayton Brown bond, so the children could really bond, Robyn's kids never felt truly accepted by Kody's other children. Part of the reason they never bonded was because all the other Brown children grew up together, many of them under the same roof. Robyn's children never lived with the other Browns, so it was impossible for them to share similar bonds. During an early episode of Sister Wives Season 19, Aurora and Brianna sit together for an interview in which they discuss the painful distance between them and their step-siblings. Brianna shockingly claimed that, on more than one occasion, various members of the Brown family told her that they didn't see her as a real sibling. For her part, Aurora said that she wished the parents had worked harder to bring the children together. She laments the fact that it never happened. It's unclear what 24-year-old Dayton thinks about the matter, but presumably he'd have an experience similar to his younger sisters. Kody and Robyn did end up having 2 children of their own, 12-year-old Solomon Brown and 8-year-old Ariella Brown, who also don't appear to have much of a relationship with their Brown siblings. Some of the problem is generational, as the oldest of Kody's 18 children are over 30, so they don't have much in common with their youngest siblings. Robyn didn't just marry Kody, she married the Brown family because Robyn wanted a plural family, and now the rug has been pulled out from under her. The Sister Wives Season 19 star had a dream of sitting on her porch with her sister wives in their old age, surrounded by their children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Robyn has been forced to wake up from her dream to find herself stuck with Kody, and her children feeling snubbed by the rest of the Brown family. Sister Wives Season 19 recently premiered, and Janelle Brown boldly criticized Robyn Brown for her parenting, even implying that it led to the family's dissolution. Over the years, the Sister Wives have always avoided talking about each other as parents, but the gloves have come off and nothing is off the table. Janelle was polygamist patriarch Kody Brown's second wife. They were married for 29 years and had 6 children together, until Janelle walked away from her marriage to Kody in 2022. Janelle wasn't the first wife to leave Kody, nor would she be the last. The first wife to end their marriage was Kody Brown, and Meri Brown was the last wife to leave. The highly anticipated start of Sister Wives Season 19 found Kody in an unexpectedly monogamous relationship with his fourth wife, Robyn Brown. At his peak, Kody had 4 wives and 18 children, and each wife had her own parenting style. Janelle recently threw some shade at fourth wife Robyn's parenting style. When Robyn married Kody in 2010, she had 3 children from her first marriage who were all under 10 years old. In 2014, Kody legally divorced Meri, his first wife, so he could legally marry Robyn and adopt her children. Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna eventually changed their last names from Jessup to Brown. Though Robyn's children were embraced by their new family to some extent, they didn't have the same experience in the Brown family as their other siblings. Sister Wives Season 19 stars Kody and Robyn would go on to have 2 children of their own, Solomon and Ariella Brown. As the youngest in the family, Solomon and Ariella barely remember a time when their family was together. By the time they were born, many of Kody's children with his other wives had grown up and moved out of the house. Many Brown children are even married with their own children. During an early Sister Wives Season 19 episode, Janelle gave an on-camera interview in which she criticized the way Kody and Robyn raised their youngest children. The sequence opens with Kody explaining that, back when the Sister Wives patriarch still had 4 wives, Ariella would freak out whenever he went to be with one of his other wives. She would exhibit enormous separation anxiety, grabbing his leg and screaming, making him feel guilty about leaving. Janelle blamed Kody and Robyn for not properly preparing their children for life as the children of a polygamist. Sister Wives star Kody Brown announced back in February that she is all set to release an explosive memoir titled Sister Wife, a memoir of faith, family, and finding freedom, through Gallery Books in September this year. As the date nears, Brown took to Instagram to chat up with her fans and delve in depth about the themes in her book, as per Parade. She made the light reading interesting by playing a game that allowed her followers to choose any page number, and in exchange, she read a phrase or 2 from the same. I used to rib Kody that the show was called Sister Wives. It's not Kody and the Sister Wives, she read from one of the pages, labeling the Brown family patriarch dramatic and self-absorbed. He'd say, but it's really about me. He was right to some extent. She added, he'd say he was the most dynamic of all of us. I would agree that he was the most dramatic of us. Kody's sneak peek about Kody's behavior comes at a time when the reality show is on a state of hiatus. After filming for 20 seasons, it came to an end on TLC in June 2025. However, her breadcrumbs are nothing new since the audience has already witnessed Kody's self-pity and victim narrative on screen to gain attention throughout the seasons. Sister Wives Season 19 trailer showcased Kody blaming his wives for his miserable life. They have all betrayed me. I am out of my mind. Don't blame me for not loving you. I was doing my duty, the polygamist said during an episode confessional while arguing about his marriage status with Meri. News reported. Blame yourself if I don't love you, okay? He continued. When I'm in love with a woman, that's her fault. So what happens when I'm not in love with a woman? Is that just my fault? If I'm mad about a woman, want to serve her, passionate, want to rub her feet, want to carry in her groceries, if I want to buy her jewelry, if I want her to feel special all the time, if I'm in love with a woman, I think that's her fault. Kody was the first to walk out of the polygamous setting in 2021. She had vehemently accused her ex of manipulation and mind games during their separation. Kody's book is also expected to expose her exit from the Apostolic United Brethren, a fundamentalist Mormon group that practices polygamy, as per People. It is gritty and honest as I tell my story, living polygamy as a child, to my marriage and family life, she wrote on Instagram. It shows my heartache with leaving religion, she added in the lengthy post. With Kody starting the publicity for her upcoming book, fans are excited to know the darker truths about her previous marriage. As a woman who watched. No, it wasn't about him, he was married. It was about the wives and how they were doing. We care about how you doing, a fan replied on Instagram. I already ordered my book over a month ago on Amazon, and I can't wait to read it, a follower gushed. Excited to read your book and so happy for you, a netizen chimed. God, Kody is such a drama queen. I don't even know how else to describe it anymore. For years, I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. I tried to see the man beneath the theatrics, beneath the constant spinning of stories, beneath the loud declarations of loyalty and unity that never quite matched up with reality. But the truth is, Kody Brown loves a stage. Whether it's family meetings, interviews, or just walking into a room where his wives are trying to solve problems, he enters like he's starring in a soap opera. And honestly, I spent far too long playing a background character in a drama I never signed up for. It took me years to stop making excuses for him. At first, I thought maybe it was stress. We had so many children, so many moving parts, and life in a plural marriage was never easy. I told myself, Christine, he's just trying to manage it all. I repeated that like a mantra. But it was never about the stress. It was always about control. If something didn't revolve around Kody, if he wasn't the center of it, suddenly it became a crisis. The man could turn a peaceful family dinner into an emotional roller coaster simply because one wife gave him a look he didn't like. I remember once, one of our kids asked him a simple question about school. Something totally benign. But he didn't like the tone, he thought it was disrespectful. Next thing we knew, he was going off about how no one respects him in the family, how he sacrifices everything, how we never appreciate his hard work. The air went cold. The rest of us just sat there, frozen, watching him spiral. And I remember thinking, this isn't normal. This isn't healthy. This isn't how a husband or a father should behave. But I stayed. I stayed because I believed in the family. I believed in the idea that we were supposed to work through hard things together. I believed in God's plan, or at least what I thought it was. I stayed because I didn't want to be the wife who gave up, the one who broke the unity. Kody made it clear. Loyalty was everything. Loyalty to him. Not to truth, not to love, not to respect, just loyalty to him. And loyalty meant silence. It meant letting him have his outbursts without consequences. It meant smiling through the pain, nodding through the lies, and carrying the emotional burden when he'd storm out of a room. For years, I carried that weight. Every holiday that became a disaster because Kody couldn't handle not being adored. Every family meeting that turned into a therapy session he dominated, sucking the energy out of every other voice. I tried to talk to him. That's the part one want people to know, I didn't just walk away. I tried. So many nights I'd sit him down and tell him, I'm feeling neglected. I'm feeling unseen. I need more than just your presence, I need your love. And he'd nod. He'd say the right things. But nothing changed. Or worse, he'd twist it and say, you're the one being distant, Christine. You're the one pulling away. I can't connect with someone who doesn't respect me. And there it was again, drama. He didn't want a relationship. He wanted an audience. He wanted clapping hands, nodding heads, and quiet obedience. That's not love. That's not marriage. That's not even partnership. That's manipulation, and I'm ashamed it took me so long to see it. I kept a journal during those years. I didn't write every day, but when things got really bad, I wrote. I went back and read through those entries as I was preparing to leave, and it shocked me. So many days filled with pain, confusion, anxiety. And so many entries ended with, maybe tomorrow will be better. But tomorrow never came. Because Kody never thought he had to change. He thought we had to change. We had to get in line. We had to remember our place. There was one day, I don't think I'll ever forget it. We were having a discussion about time. It was always about time. Who got Kody on what night, who had more hours, who got holidays. And instead of making it fair, Kody turned it into a monologue. He stood up and paced like he was in a courtroom, defending himself against accusations no one even made. He said things like, I'm exhausted trying to be everything for everyone and you women are impossible to please. I looked around the room and saw Janelle staring into space, Meri shrinking into her seat, and Robyn looking wounded as if she were the victim. That moment hit me like a brick. No one was happy. And yet, he stood there declaring himself the martyr. I started pulling away after that. Quietly. I stopped fighting for his attention. I stopped caring what mood he was in. I focused on my kids, on my own healing, on reconnecting with what made me feel alive. And as I did, Kody noticed. He didn't ask why. He didn't say, Christine, are you okay? No. He lashed out. He said, you've changed. You're not the same wife I married. And I remember thinking, good. I hope I'm not. I hope I never go back to being that woman. He called me dramatic when I said I wanted to leave. Isn't that funny? The man who turned every family event into a spectacle, who made every disagreement into a battle, who needed cameras and chaos and control to feel alive, he called me dramatic. I just laughed. That was the moment I knew he had no power over me anymore. Leaving wasn't easy. It never is. You build a life with someone, you share years, kids, memories. But when the foundation is built on control instead of care, fear instead of trust, eventually it all crumbles. I packed my things with tears in my eyes but peace in my heart. I wasn't escaping, I was breaking free. The aftermath was predictable. Kody gave interviews. He cried on camera. He said things like, "I don't understand why she left." But he did. Deep down, he knew. He just couldn't admit it publicly. He couldn't let the world see that his kingdom was falling apart, that his wives were finally waking up, that we weren't scared anymore. So, of course, he put on a show. He cried. He blamed. He spun his version of the story. I watched it all unfold with a strange mix of sadness and relief. I wished he could have grown, that he could have been the man I hoped he'd become. But that's the thing with drama queens, they don't want to grow. They want applause. They want sympathy. They want the spotlight, no matter who they burn to keep it on. I've built a new life since leaving. One filled with laughter, love, genuine connection. I found someone who sees me, not as a role to be filled or a pawn in a family dynamic, but as a person. I never realized how freeing it would feel to have conversations without fear of explosion, to express needs without being accused of disrespect, to be loved without conditions. When people ask me what the final straw was, I always hesitate. There wasn't just one. It was a million little moments. A million sighs, rolled eyes, guilt trips, door slams, and dramatic exits. It was the constant weight of living in someone else's performance. And finally realizing that I didn't have to be part of the show anymore. God, Kody is such a drama queen. And for a long time, I thought that was my cross to bear. But now, I know better. I know I deserve peace. I deserve joy. I deserve a life that doesn't revolve around someone else's ego. To anyone stuck in a relationship where your pain is minimized, your voice is silenced, your love is one-sided, please know, you are not crazy. You are not too much. You are not selfish for wanting more. And you are not alone. I stayed too long because I thought it was noble. But nobility that costs you your soul isn't noble at all. It's tragic. And I refused to live a tragedy when I was born for joy. This book isn't just about Kody. It's about reclaiming my story. It's about naming the lies, breaking the silence, and finally, stepping into the light. And if calling him a drama queen is what it takes to make people see the truth, then so be it. I earned the right to tell my story. I earned the right to laugh, to cry, to rage, and to heal. I earned the right to be free. And I hope, with all my heart, that other women reading this will realize they've earned that right